we actually have the facility where we can move in, or if we want to go ahead and take action today. We won't do anything until the parking lot is done, because the parking lot is gonna be done up to that building, and there's gonna be some modifications on that parking lot that are different from what they are right now. They're gonna take out that curb and stuff like that, and just make us a smooth surface parking lot, so, and then once we do that, then, I'll, visit with the proper people to install handicap access, to both doors of the first floor there. We did talk about, Carla did talk to me Friday and said that there is a security camera on the first floor of that building. It is, we're able to monitor it, so that will not be an expense that we'll have to incur if we occupy the first floor, so. But I'll throw it open to y'all. Do y'all want to take action today, or do you want to wait until we?
I got a question. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you go ahead.
Dick, I don't know if we talked about it, but are we just gonna open up the first floor, or are we gonna also go ahead and try to use the second floor?
We had only talked about the first floor, because of the accessibility to the upstairs. And,
I think we need to, in my opinion, probably just go and say, we're just gonna use the first floor for that, for candidates, and, because I don't know what kind of handicap situation you run into, especially in the elevator or whatever.
There's not an elevator.
no, we would,
Have to put one in.
yeah, I would think we might could use the top floor for like county work stations or something, but I think in the interaction with the public, that we would need to remain on the first floor. And so, and especially with Carla and Edwards, the clients they have, so, well, anybody, if we can't provide them a service to get to the top floor, then, like I say, other than using that space, maybe it's workstations or something like that. So.
I would think the first floor would have sufficient space to cover immediate foreseeable needs.
Yes.
As we had mentioned earlier, the concrete work won't be completed till the end of this year, possibly the first of next year, depending on the weather. And personally, Judge, I'd prefer to come back and address the spaces when we get closer to the time for people to move into it.
Okay. Anyone else have any discussion about that?
I would like to just, I just want to share this with you guys. Here's for you. It's just kind of like where we are right now over at the other location. And when you're dealing with COVID, we don't have the space in the walk area. My husband took time to come over and map this out for me and measure it, so it is correct. And, and then we also have the, with the social distancing. When you come in that front door and if one person is at Deborah's, it's overcrowded, just with one person. We have heavy traffic.
It is.
And with that said, as far as space goes, I know I could work anywhere, but this is for the veterans and Deborah's for her people. And she has 6 big file cabinets and 37 file boxes that are stored in that little extra air room that she has. We fall under that HIPAA, and it has to be secured and away from everybody. And I have the same thing. I have 2 file cabinets in that little area, but the rest are upstairs in the Wares Hotel. It would be awesomely great to get it all down into one area, because I have people calling because my 97-year-old dad just died and do y'all have any record on it? So I have to go upstairs and spend an hour or 2 digging through files trying to find something on them. So it'd be nice to have it all together. And
Carla, in your opinion, on an average business day, How many people do you think between you and Deborah come in that building?
Well, it has definitely slowed down because of the COVID, but when we're, I can see anywhere between 10 and 15 people on a busy day for me over there.
Okay.
And that doesn't include her high traffic. And then we've got Carl Joe's traffic,
Right.
and it's crowded over there. It's, you're lucky if you get to come in and there's not, well, you can see, Mario, you've been in there where 2 people along with me, it's crowded over there. So, yeah, we get the traffic. I take the stats on it, so we're still, the walk-ins are coming in, and,
Okay.
okay,
Any questions, Mark? Now, like I say, as soon as the parking lot is done, I do have the quotes that you gave,
yes,
and so I'll contact you and make sure that it's still the same. And so, and we'll get there as quickly as we can, but, I just hate to get moved over there and then you'll have to come in and do the
right.
parking lot and things like that, so. Any other questions? All right, then we'll readdress this as the date gets closer to that time. And then the next item I have is in reference to our COVID-19. We have not addressed this. Every time we've been following under the directions of the governor's order, and I visited, Jim and I visited the other day about it. He felt like it might be time for us to readdress it, and so he's drafted a new resolution for us. And Jim, do you have anything you want to add?
No, not unless we have any questions. I did go a copy of the resolution last week before I left, and it does have an express requirement to wear a mask in the courthouse and county buildings, so which is the law anyway. I would point out to everybody that thinks they can traipse around town without a mask, but anyway, that's in there, so. Other than that, it just kind of updates. Last time y'all did anything was, gosh, I can't remember the number now. It was several executive orders from the governor ago. And we just basically said we're, following his. And of course, if y'all have been following the story out of El Paso, they tried to be more restrictive than the governor's orders. And the 8th Court of Appeals, which is just, of course, one Court of Appeals out of 14, said they did not. I probably have a legal difference with that opinion, but anyway, it doesn't look like, and I don't know that we want to go through the time and hassle of trying to fight off the Attorney General if we did anything different, so. I think, if everybody wear their mask, wash their hands, and stay socially distanced, we would be in good shape, or better shape, so. That's my, that's my rant for this morning, so if y'all have any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
And I need to go ahead and read this new order.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And of course, like I said in my note, y'all can change this however you want to. I can read it however you want to change it.
Well, excuse me, let me read it, and then if y'all have any questions about the resolution or of Jim, then we can address it at that time. This is resolution number R20-1123, a resolution of the Commissioners Court of Cole County, Texas concerning the prior declaration of local disaster, adopting Governor's Executive Order GA-32, and providing a penalty for violation of the declaration of a fine of $1,000. Whereas the novel coronavirus, COVID-19, has been recognized globally as a contagious respiratory virus, and whereas COVID-19 continues to spread and to pose an increasing imminent threat of disaster throughout Hill County, Texas and beyond, and whereas on March 19, 2020, pursuant to the authority provided him by the Texas Government Code 418.108, the County Judge of Cole County issued a declaration of local disaster placing certain restrictions and procedures in place in order to protect and preserve the public health, safety, and welfare, consistent with the national and state declarations of the emergency that was renewed and extended by the Commissioners Court through resolution number R20-0323 on March 23rd, 2020. Resolution number R20-0413 on April 13th, 2020. Resolution number R20-0511 on May 11th, 2020. And resolution number R20-0526 on May 26th, 2020. And resolution R20-0608 on June 8th of 2020. And whereas on June 26, 2020, the County Judge of Howard County issued a County Judge's Order Number 3, setting forth certain other conditions and requirements as in order to combat COVID-19. Whereas on October 7, 2020, the Governor of the State of Texas issued Executive Order GA 32, effective until modified, amended, rescinded, or superseded by the Governor. And whereas the Commissioners Court of Howard County, in response to the continued presence and spread of COVID-19, has continued the declaration of local disaster and its last resolution, and has not disturbed the effectiveness of the County Judge's Order Number 3 in order to help further contain COVID-19 and prevent its spread throughout Howard County. And whereas on May 7, 2020, the Governor of the State of Texas issued Executive Order GA-22, eliminating confinement in jail as a punishment for violating the declaration of local disaster. And whereas on July 10, 2020, the Governor of the State of Texas renewed his statewide disaster proclamation without an expiration date, certifying that COVID-19 continues to pose an imminent threat of disaster to all counties in the state of Texas. And whereas on July 2nd, 2020, the Governor of the State of Texas issued Executive Order GA-29, effective until modified, amended, rescinded, or superseded by the Governor, which requires the wearing and use of face coverings in certain circumstances. And whereas on October 7, 2020, the Governor of the State of Texas issued Executive Order GA-32, effective until modified, amended, rescinded, or superseded by the Governor, which continues GA-29 in effect and governs the reopening of businesses and services throughout Texas. And whereas that due to the issuance of Executive Order GA-32 and pursuant to Texas Government Code 418-108, the Commissioners Court believes it is in the best interest of the Howard County and its citizens in order to protect and preserve the public health, safety, and welfare that additional measures must be taken to further contain COVID-19 and prevent its spread throughout Howard County, and to affirm and incorporate resolutions number R20-0511, R20-0526, and R20-0608, and the County Judge's Order Number 3 into this resolution, continue the extension of the declaration of local disaster, and adopt the measures outlined herein. Now therefore, the Commissioners Court of Howard County, Texas hereby resolves and declares and orders that 1, that the recitals outlined above are found to be true and correct and are incorporated as it fully set forth herein. 2, that all terms and conditions of the Governor's Executive Order GA-32 are hereby adopted by reference and is incorporated herein as though set forth fully herein. Additionally, the guidelines and recommendations provided by the Governor in conjunction with issuing Executive Order 32 are also adopted to the extent that they do not conflict with this resolution, and all businesses, religious institutions, and citizens are encouraged to review and to follow the said guideline. A copy of the Executive Order GA-32 is attached hereto and incorporated herein as set forth fully here. 3, that to the extent that they do not directly conflict with Executive Order GA-32 or other specific terms and conditions of the resolution number R20-0511, R20-0526, and R20-0608, as well as County Judge's Order Number 3, are hereby reaffirmed and extended in the event of the conflict with resolution and in any of those listed documents, the terms and conditions of that resolution shall control. 4, that all other terms and conditions of the county judge's declaration of local disaster initially, signed and executed by the county judge on March 19, 2020, remain in full force and effect, and the declaration of local disaster is continued to the extent it does not directly conflict with the resolution. Number 5, that pursuant to GA 29 and GA 32, masks or appropriate face coverings are required to be worn by all persons entering the county building when they're in public areas or in areas where it is impossible and impractical to social distance from others, unless they meet the exceptions set out in the governor's executive order. Excuse me. Now pursuant to 418-108C of the Texas Government Code, this order shall be given prompt and general publicity and shall be filed promptly with the county clerk of Hale County. Second, pursuant to 418-713 of the Texas Government Code, any person who knowingly or intentionally violates the resolution or order commits an offense punishable up to a fine up to $1,000. 8, that this resolution and order shall go into effect immediately upon passage and continue until renewed, extended, amended, or canceled by the county judge or the commissioner's court. That this resolution and order authorizes the county judge pursuant to applicant provisions of the Texas Government Code 418 on behalf of the Hale County, Texas, to take any actions necessary to promote help and suppress the virus, enforcing the applicable orders issued by the Hale County Judge, the Governor of the State of Texas, or the Texas Department of State Health Services related to suppressing the COVID-19 virus and ensuring compliance for those who do not comply with the county's rules and directives. 10, that to the extent permitted by law, any local ordinance or administrative rule prescribing the procedures for conduct of county business or any local ordinance or administrative rule that would in any way prevent, hinder, or delay necessary action in coping with the disaster, including any local ordinance or administrative rule regarding contracting or procurement which would impede the county's emergency response necessary to cope with this declared disaster are hereby suspended, but only for the duration of this declared local disaster and only for that limited purpose. Number 11, that to the extent this order conflicts with the governor's executive order GA 32 regarding the regulation of essential businesses and service, executive order GA 32 controls, and the county judge may comport or amend this order in any subsequent order to be consistent with executive order GA-32. 12, that the county judge is authorized to use all available resources in Hale County reasonably necessary to comply with the resolution, and the county judge is authorized to enter any orders that he deems necessary to meet the COVID-19 public health crisis, and those orders may remain in effect without the action from this court. 13, that this resolution shall continue in effect until modified, amended, rescinded, or superseded by the court. Approved by the Hale County Commissioners Court on its regular meeting, 23rd day of November 2020, by a motion by Commissioner. So do I hear a motion that we approve this this local disaster order resolution? I'm sorry, this local resolution number R20-1123. Motion made by Commissioner Kelly. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Martinez. Any discussion?
Along the resolution, I prefer.
I'm
Along the resolution, I prefer.
Yeah. I tell you, the allergies too are getting to me, so. Any other questions? not, have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? I'd like to thank Jim for taking the time to address this issue and draw this resolution up. I won't thank him for having me read it, but that's just part of it. Yeah, just for information's sake, I did read an email today that the city has closed their city offices, to traffic, and so, just throwing that out there as part of COVID-19, so, any other questions of Jim about the resolution or COVID-19 in general, I guess?
I've got a lot of questions, but I don't think we have
Well, I
answers.
should say. All right, item F is concerning our burn ban. Jim, I do have a question about the burn ban. Something was brought up Friday that said that it stays in effect for 90 days, and then we have to, if we want to continue, then we have to bring it back and continue it. Is that?
I believe that's correct, that's just, I agree with it. I think that-
And I didn't mean to put you on the
No,
spot.
I believe that's correct, but, definitely, so.
Okay. Well, we talked about Friday, we have some issues with our agriculture people. They allowed to do some burning this time of the year. And so, do I hear a motion regarding the burn ban?
What you say?
You want to make a motion? Are we going to discontinue the burn ban, or do you want to continue?
What we was talking about Friday, I think the consensus that we just go ahead and not put one in effect so that they can go ahead and do what they need to do, even though that we don't put a burn ban, they still have to call TCQ and report to a fire, so I mean, it's no thing.
You put that in the form of a motion in that we disengage from the burn ban?
Sure.
Okay. So I have a motion to disengage from the burn ban. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Cornell. We do ask anyone that burns not only to meet the requirements by TCQ, but also if they would contact the sheriff's office and let them know that they're having a controlled burn. That helps in that, then when the sheriff's office receives calls of fires, then they know that someone is there monitoring it and things like that. So, any other questions?
That they follow all the guidelines as far as the dead flag goes.
Yes, yeah. And that's part of when they call the sheriff's office, then the sheriff's office helps monitor the wind conditions, weather conditions, and things like that. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? I'll table the item working at the old juvenile center until we actually start that working process. You did hear the EMS report from Health Center for October 2020 on Friday. Do I hear a motion that we approve the report?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Cornell. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Martinez. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, item number H, item number I. I received a letter from the city of Lubbock, and they are filing an application on a flood infrastructure, and they would like to use, as part of their regional outline in their grant, they were going to use Hell County, Lamb County, and Hockley County as counties that were within their region, and then gather some information from us regarding our flood information that we have for Hill County. And so, do I hear a motion to allow them to use us in their grant process as a regional area that is to be used by them, I guess, in the grant process. I don't really know what they want from us, other than, I know in these processes of writing grants, lots of times, that concern one county, then they look for other counties that surround them, so that if they need to pull information to include in their grant, they can do that.
I would think they'd be interested in floods on maps, data, statistics and things like that.
Do I hear a motion that would, so I can contact the city and tell them that they can, okay. Have a motion, do I hear a second? Second. All right, any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, and then my last item, is in regards to procurement of materials from, the state highway department. As far as, this letter is to address the fiscal year 2021 implementation of the county assistant program defined under the rules of TAC Title 43, Part 1, Chapter 29. Basically, they, TxDOT helps the county provide them some materials that can be used on a road. And this year, our 2021 allotment is in the amount of $22,470. So do I hear a motion to accept the material from TxDOT?
Is that a gross amount or is that per precinct?
No, that's a gross. The amount allotted to the Hill County for fiscal year 2021 is $22,470.
Make a motion, we accept that offer, Judge.
Okay. Have a motion by Commissioner Cornell. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Kelly. I do have, and I'll make a copy of this letter available to all of y'all, so that, I don't know what the normal procedure has been for you to gather this material, but, this letter provides instructions on how you can do that, so, I'll get this to y'all. All right. Any other questions? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, Melinda Brown is not, okay. They were supposed to be here, so I don't know if we need to just go ahead and proceed. They're gonna nominate Phyllis Wall to be the president of the Hill County Historical Society. All these matters concern them. And so, not knowing any more about it than what I know about it, then I'm going to table it and see if I can get them to come at our next meeting. Yes, sir.
And I'm working on about three minutes of reading this morning on this. The January of odd number of years is when y'all are tasked with appointing, I think it's 7 members to the historical commission. So I think if you appointed anyone now, certainly you have the power to fill in vacancies, and I have no idea what that would be right now, but I think any appointments made now would only be good until January, and then you'd have to reappoint, so.
Okay, now, like I say, I don't know all the conditions. I do know that they have, and Melinda, correct me if I'm wrong on this, they haven't been active in some time, and so, I think their current president is no longer involved, and so they were wanting to name a president.
During the budget process, we found out that we had the wrong address where we were sending the letter regarding their 2021 stipend. And we kind of knew last year during 2019 that there might be an issue, but no one ever got back with us. So when we started going through and trying to, we had notes on that to notify them. Rodney Watson is still the president until that changes, until they take action and that changes. But when we notified him during his budget time, he made it pretty clear that he wasn't involved in it. So at that point, I tried to contact we got a number to contact, Alice Lockaby, who is the treasurer, because what we needed was their annual financial report, like we do every year when we start working on the budget. And anyway, she was gonna get back with, Rodney Watson and, get back with them. So there has been some, at one point, we thought that it was gonna switch over to, be under the museum, where they might take it over, but I don't know if that ever happened. That's just information we were told, so.
Okay.
But just to advise the court, they are still included, as an organization, and we do still have that in the budget, their $1,000, so for 2021. They did receive it in, this year, in January, when we issued all those checks. It did go to them, so, and it is included for 2021. Just to advise you.
So how do y'all want to proceed? Do you want to go ahead and take action and name Ms. Wall as the president, or do you want to wait and see if they'll come and provide us information?
I think they need to come provide information, my opinion.
I think so too.
Okay, all right. Then, we'll just table this item, and I'll be in touch with Ms. Brown and ask her, for the workshop for our December 14th meeting.
Yes.
They would have something.
Judge, I think it also would be that you just point her to the commission. I think that's all y'all do, and I think they would elect
From within
their officers.
Within their body. Okay. All right. Do you think we need to take that action today, or wait till?
I think you could,
Wait.
like I say, I think it's only good till January, whenever, maybe, I think it's your first meeting in January, you're supposed to do that. And I only know that because I always open my TAG planning calendar, and that's one of the things listed on January, so.
Okay.
Thank you to TAG.
Well, thank you for that information, Jim. But, let's just table that, and I'll try to either get clarity from them on what they're wanting to do, or really like to have one of them come and talk to the
Yes.
court. All right, our next item is, Commissioner of Precinct 3.
Yes, Judge, I'm asking to purchase a new 140 JY Caterpillar motor grader off the buy board for one Caterpillar at a cost of $260,500. The machine that was due to be traded, unfortunately, was involved in an accident just a little before this trade was to take place, and it did sustain serious damages. And upon having it taken in and tore down for inspection, it was more severe than we even had thought. And we reached out to our insurance company and got them involved, in which they did not total the machine, but they did pay a substantial claim of $103,000, $262.16 that you heard Melinda mention earlier in her budget amendments. Therefore, with the $260,500 cost of the machine minus $38,000 and $870 that I had left on an extended warranty that I had purchased, that left a cost of $221,630. And once we apply the insurance recovery check of $103,262.16, that leaves a total cost of $118,367.84 to be paid out of my equipment line item budget.
And you're gonna put that in the form of a
And I
motion?
would put that in the form of a motion to allow this trade.
All right. So you've heard the motion by Commissioner Cornell, not here second.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Kelly. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, that brings us down to our next item, which is Commissioner Precinct 4.
Okay, Friday we discussed, the rental of the screen to be used at the Audubon Center, and that's the filter out there, clean all the trees out of it, or the waste out of it. And I called that guy down there, Rocky Stone and Moore, and he told me that he would rent it to the same cost as we did 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, which is the cost of $3,600. And we make a motion that we rent this machine.
Jimmy, how many days do we get that machine?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay, you've heard the motion from Jimmy, in regards to renting this machine. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cornell. Any discussion?
Judge, I have a question. Actually, I have a question for Kenny and Jenny. Do y'all need any checks issued?
Sorry?
Do you need any checks issued?
No,
For these two
check.
items? I'm
No,
lost as to
we'll
whether-
return, they'll give us an invoice and we'll pay it.
Okay, but you don't need a special check issued ahead? Okay.
I already asked about that. I guess
All right, thank you.
You don't need it.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? We did get a second on Jimmy's.
I did second.
Kenny did second, so, any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right. Well, that concludes our agenda today. I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving today, or this week, and to stay safe and enjoy your holiday.
Thank you.
We'll